good morning, or good afternoon, depending on when you're choosing to watch this video. We are doing cycle 2, week 21 memory work for you. Welcome into my CC home. Geography, and it is Central America.
Central America, Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua.
Point to North America real quick for me.
North America?
Yep, then point to...
Now circle South America. So in between North and South America is Central America, that little box. We're going to zoom into it so we can see these countries a little bit bigger. Central America. Guatemala. Can you say Guatemala? Next is Belize. It's a little bit north of Guatemala. So we have Guatemala, Belize. Can you say Belize? El Salvador. Can you say El Salvador? Next is Honduras. Can you say Honduras? Lastly, Nicaragua. Can you say Nicaragua? This is Central America. Let's sing it 2 more times. Central America, Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua. Second time. Central America, Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua.
Tell me about the end of the Cold War. In the 1980s, so this is 8, and then if you close it, it's 80s. British Prime Minister, M for Margaret Thatcher, T for Thatcher, and American, this is our mixing pot for American, President Ronald Reagan worked together. So we're doing this like movement of work together to end the Cold War, lessen big government, and strengthen the conservative movement. So let's put that with words now, okay? In the 1980s, ooh, British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and American President Ronald Reagan worked together to end the Cold War, lessen big government, and strengthen the conservative movement. Tell me about the end of the Cold War.
In the 1980s, ooh, British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher
And American President Ronald Reagan worked together to end the Cold War, lessen big government, strengthen conservative movement. Tell me about the end of the Cold War. In the 1980s, ooh, British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and American President Ronald Reagan worked together to end the Cold War, lessen big government, and strengthen the conservative movement. So what we do in my class is we just pass an umbrella for air and then umbrella. So pluperfect tense. Eram, eras, erat, eramis, eratis, erant. First conjugation, pluperfect tense. First conjugation endings, pluperfect tense. Eram, eras, erat, eramis, eratis, erant. First conjugation, pluperfect tense. First conjugation endings, pluperfect tense. Last time. Eram, eras, erat, eramis, eratis, erant. First conjugation, pluperfect tense. Okay, great. The associative law for addition, open parentheses, A plus B, close parentheses, plus C equals A, plus open parentheses, B plus C, close parentheses.
Okay,
All right.
go time.
Yep. Let one of our other guests.
Associative law for multiplication, open parentheses, A times B, close parentheses, times C equals A, times open parentheses, B times C, close parentheses. The associative law for addition, open parentheses, A plus B, close parentheses, plus C equals A, plus open parentheses, B plus C, close parentheses. The associative law for multiplication, open parentheses, A times B, close parentheses, times C equals A, times open parentheses, B times C, close parentheses. The associative law for addition, open parentheses, A plus B, close parentheses, plus C equals A, plus open parentheses, B plus C, close parentheses. The associative law for multiplication, open parentheses, A times B, close parentheses, times C equals A, times open parentheses, B times C, close parentheses.
What is the third law of thermodynamics? The third law of thermodynamics is, it is impossible to reach the state of absolute zero temperature. What is the third law of thermodynamics? The third law of thermodynamics is, it is impossible to reach the state of absolute zero temperature. It is impossible to reach the state of absolute zero temperature. What is the third law of thermodynamics? The third law of thermodynamics is, it is impossible to reach the state of absolute zero temperature. It is impossible to reach the state of absolute zero temperature. What is the third law of thermodynamics? The third law of thermodynamics is, it is impossible to reach the state of absolute zero temperature. It is impossible to reach the state of absolute zero temperature. It is impossible to reach the state of absolute zero temperature.
Conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, or clauses together. A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, or clauses together.
How about whisper?
A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, or clauses together.
Perfect. We're gonna march around the table. Okay, yes.
A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, or clauses together. A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, or clauses together.
World War II and President Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Stalin of the USSR and the Katyn massacre.
The United Nations formed. The Cold War. Gandhi and India's independence. Jewish state established. Mao and communist victory in China.
Lastly, thanks for tuning in for us, but I just wanted to share with you a few tips. I don't know if you have downloaded the CC Cycle 2 app, but I highly recommend it. It's completely free. Also, CC Connected Online is also free right now, and there are tons of resources. There is a whole virtual class already on there if you would want to watch it.
You will want to create an account if you do not already have one. This is what it'll look like when you log in. And if you go to Foundations Classical Learning Center and click on that, it will give you all kinds of things and information for each week. Things to print out, week 21, there is Old World Echoes, morning time plans. What I personally really like is the notebook pages, week 21 by Cheryl Ellis. If you click on that, it has maps. So if you don't have any maps at your house, you can click on that and it will have something for each subject based on your student's ability. So there are some for the youngest kids as well as some for the older children. And for the maps, I like that there's some in cursive, there's some in printing, or you could even have your child write the words completely for the map. There's also information regarding each of the half-hour segments we have at CC. There is Brahms Symphony you could listen to and still study all the composers, as well as there is a live class taught in music and a little bit of science, as well as the new grammar if you would like to tune into that.
British Prime Minister Ronald Reagan.
I'm gonna get